Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Now, what we've done the last 2 days is called finding parts of a group. And our answers have always been whole numbers when we are finding parts of a group. When you're multiplying a fraction by a whole number, you're not always going to get whole numbers as your answer. So, I want you to remember these 3 steps. Multiply the whole number by the numerator, keep the product over the denominator, and simplify as if possible. May not have an improper fraction. So, we did an example here. 3 times 2/5. Multiplied the whole number by the numerator, kept the denominator the same. 3 times 2 is 6, kept the denominator the same. My answer was 1 1/5. You cannot do this problem by finding parts of a group. It won't work. Okay? So when we do them, that's the way we're going to show it. So now let's look at, I'm going to do 2, 3/7 times 4. Let's do that in blue. Now we got, last problem when we did 3 times whatever we did, we got a smaller answer than our product. So is my answer going to be greater than or less than 4? Less. Can anybody explain to me why it's going to be less than 4? Nixon?
Because we're multiplying by less than the whole number.
Good. We're multiplying by less than 1. That means my answer is going to be less than 4. If I was multiplying something greater than 1 by 4, my answer would be bigger than 4. Okay? So if you had a problem, it was multiple choice, and you got an answer that was greater than 4 or equal to 4, you could eliminate that right away. Because we know 4 times 1 equals 4. 4 times less than 1 is going to be less than 4. All right, our steps: multiply the whole number by the numerator. 4 times 3, denominator stays the same, equals 12/7 equals 1 5/7. And 5/7 cannot be simplified. The only factors of 5 are 1 and 5. The only factors of 7 are 1 and 7. So the only thing that could divide evenly into it is 1. All right. But now let's look at why. Let's look at how you multiply 2 fractions together. We're going to look at how you multiply 2 fractions together. So if we have 3/5 times 5. Landry, how would I make 5 a fraction without changing the value?
You could do 25 out of 5.
Okay, I could do 25 out of 5.
10 halves?
10 halves. I could do 10 halves.
I could do 5 over 5.
No, 5 over 5 equals 1.
So you're saying like 5 is 1?
Zach?
5 over 1.
5 over 1. That's the easiest way to do it. Anytime I have a number over 1, it equals that number. Because a fraction's just a division problem. That's all a fraction is. And so this is actually saying 5 divided by 1. If I wanted to know what 5 divided by 1 is, I'd divide. 1 goes into 5 times. So 5 divided by 1, or 5 over 1 equals 5. And if I multiplied that by 3/5, oh, Mr. McMurdo, yeah, 3/5 first over here. It's multiplication. They can go either way. Multiplication, division, or multiplication and addition can go either way. Subtraction and division, where we go next week, cannot go either way. All right, now when you're multiplying fractions, you just multiply straight across. 5 times 3 is?
15.
1 times 5 is? 5. Equals? 3. Multiplying fractions is a whole bunch easier than than adding and subtracting fractions. It's way easier. Way easier.
Yeah.
So really, what I have to focus on, because we've got 2 more weeks after this, and then we're done with fractions, and we're going to have to take a test, obviously, with fractions. So what I really need to focus on is making sure you got the adding and subtracting down and remember to simplify. Okay? Because this part's easy. This part's easy. If you find parts of a group, you know how to do that. We've done that. There are 73 videos posted on that. If you can't find parts of a group because it won't work, then, this would work. I'd have 5 groups, and I'd divide 5 between those groups, and I'd circle 3 of those groups, and so 3. But the last problem where we got 1 1/5, that wouldn't work. Boom, shakalaka, peace out, God bless, love you, do something kind today, save the bees, please subscribe.